level that he did it. Notre Dame was on the downside. They end up actually Rocket Ishmael would have won their next national championship in 1991. But 1991. They played to a draw. They played to a 1-point deficit against the Colorado Buffaloes. They kicked it to Rocket Ishmael. At the buzzer, he ran it back for a touchdown, and they called this bullshit holding. But he still ran the touchdown back. Rocket Ishmael is the most dynamic player I've ever seen in history of college. And as usual, my main man, number one chief rocker, wants to go Ohio State, and there was nothing dynamic about Archie Griffin. Archie Griffin might be one of the greatest college football players, but there's nothing dynamic about Archie Griffin. He was a great ball player. It was a bunch of football players that didn't make this list. That was better than Reggie Bush, better than Charlie Wood. Well, I don't think it's too many people better than anything better. But these dudes was second to none. Big ups to all of them. The list is always arguable, but hey, that's what it's all about. And because Chief Rocker is a homer, and all he knows is the team he roots for, he has nothing but eyes for the Giants, eyes for the Yankees, eyes for the team that he root for. So he'll always be blinded by not paying attention to other teams. So it sucks to be Chief Rocker and a sports fan. Now, back to this Andrew Luck thing. Andrew Luck retired, man. It's no big deal. Joe Montana retired. Dan Marino retired. Warren Moon retired. Donovan McNabb retired. There's a bunch of players that retired. But when these jackasses on these networks jump clean out the window and start talking about Andrew Luck as a potential Hall of Famer, excuse me, there is no way in hell that Andrew Luck is a Hall of Famer. He ain't even a Hall of Very Gooder. He's not even a Hall of Very Good. I see my man Sluggo in the building. Thank you, Sluggo. Much love, man. Thanks for the support, brother. He ain't even in the Hall of Very Good at this point, man. Andrew Luck played 7 years. He had about 4 real good years. This is why they just this is why I just laugh at mainstream media, because put Andrew Luck in the Hall of Fame conversation while you got guys like Andre Rison and Shannon Sharp, Jim Marshall from the great Minnesota Purple People Eaters still on the outside is a joke. Look, I am an Andrew Luck fan because I'm a college football fan first and foremost. So I saw a lot of Andrew Luck. I'm the type of dude that stay up all night and watch the West Coast game. But I think he was a very good, even for what he was, he's a great football player. But to even mention this dude, come on, man, Shannon Sharp ain't in the Hall of Fame. I got my man Big P in the building. Big ups to him. Let me give him a round of applause instead of, I'm going to give you 2 because I ain't giving none to Kirby. And just in case Kirby's still listening, let me give Big P another. Kirby gets no love. Now, like I was saying, man, look, Sterling Sharp was far more impactful in his short career than Andrew Luck. It's amazing that I love Terrell Davis. Even though he played for the Broncos, I love Terrell Davis. To me, if you're going to let Terrell Davis in the Hall of Fame, you need to be letting Sterling Sharp in as well. Sterling Sharp was clearly, in my opinion, y'all might love Jerry Rice, but Sterling Sharp was putting up numbers that mirrored Jerry Rice. And he had Don Mikowski and a bunch of goofballs throwing him. And he had Brett, the linebacker don't play on my team, Favre, on his team as well. And Sterling Sharp, man, if he not in the Hall of Fame, I can go through a list of people that need to go to the Hall of Fame way before Andrew Luck. Don't get me wrong. Andrew Luck fan, yes I am. But putting him in the Hall of Fame, y'all sound crazy with that shit, man. Stop it with that nonsense. And then, again, we always talking about the players and these rings and this money and how you need to be taking less money. Explain to me why Dak Prescott's money is always up in the air. Dak Prescott, no, this is what irks me about the whole Dak Prescott situation. Dak Prescott is allegedly not worth what he's asking for. Why has no media outlet, not one? I would challenge any of you guys who are listening to bring it to me where just one media outlet has addressed the fact that Jerry Jones could have signed Dak Prescott 365 days ago. Help me understand that. If Jerry Jones would have signed Dak Prescott 8 months ago, he would have paid him between $18 and $21 million. $18 and $21 million. This is Jerry Jones' fault that Dak Prescott ticket cost. His contract cost is at $32 to $40 million a year. This is all on Jerry Jones. 1 second, I'm gonna hit my man Sluggo. If you base Luck's career based on media hype, he should be considered a bust because he was far from once in a generation kind of player. He was solid. Once in the generation type of player, he was sold as. Hey man, I don't have no pushback for that, man. Like I said, he played 7 years. He had 4 good years. So to be talking that nonsense, I think he was very good. I think he's a little better than Sluggo, but I can't really put up an argument against Sluggo because you don't count the rookie year because the rookie year, everybody looks pedestrian. He had like 21 touchdowns and like 12 or 11 or 12 interceptions. The next year he took off. The year after that he took off. The year after that he took off. So that's 3 good years, 1 solid year. And then the other years he was hurt and then he retired. Then he came back player of the year, which I think should have been Deshaun Watson's, but that's not the hitting of that. So you got 4 good years out of 7, which is just a very good quarterback. All this, the next John Elway nonsense, I get it. That's why people like Sluggo and others say, hey man, Luck was overrated. Well, of course, he had the complexion for the protection. Let's just be honest. He had the complexion for the protection. But to say he go in and Sterling Sharp is watching the Hall of Fame, that's a crime. That is a crime. But back to this Jerry Jones nonsense. Dak ain't worth $40 million. Yes, he is. Because I've never seen a quarterback take less money on a new contract than a dude who just signed the one before him. I've never seen a football player do that. Now, y'all heard me speak about what I believe should be the middle class in all of sports. You should get the big time players, the LeBron James, Kevin Durant's, the Andrew Luck's, the Tom Brady's, the Ezekiel Elliott's, and these big time players. They should get big money because they are franchise changing players. Then it should be a second level, and then it should be a third level, just like every place in the world. If you're very good at your job, wherever you work, you get paid more. If you're okay at your job, you get paid a little less than the very good. And if you're just coming to work every day doing what you have to do, you get paid coming to work doing what you have to do money. It's just the way the world works. But in NFL, when you sign a contract, if Sid Jackson played for the Bears and he signed a contract to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, and I play for the Colts, and both of us supposed to be big time, I'm not signing for a quarter under what's this. As a matter of fact, I need about a 5 to 6% raise more than Sid Jackson. Whether I'm good or not, don't make a difference. For those who don't remember, Jerry Rice about 30 years ago signed a contract extension. 2 weeks later, Sterling Sharp signed a contract extension to make more than Jerry Rice. And then Jerry Rice followed up by holding out right before the season started until they gave him more than Sterling Sharp. So please, I ain't trying to hear that. My man Sid said I'm an Eagles fan. I think Dak is worth more than Carson Wentz. Wentz has never finished the season, and Dak has never missed a game. Dak problems is bad coaching and scheme. Shout out to Sid Jackson. Sid Jackson literally read off my paper. Because that's another thing. We always talk about what Dak cannot do. We never talk about what he has done. The last time I checked, when you are coached properly, you get better. Your progression gets better. Me personally, your rookie season, good, bad, or indifferent, I give the credit to the coach that had you before that. Now, from the second season on, it's the pro coach, because whatever you did going into the NFL, you learned that in college or before that. Dabo Sweeney or whoever is helped Deshaun Watson, whoever the coach was at Mississippi State, he put Dak in that situation. Everybody in that mama tells me, and anybody who's listening, that the redhead boy down there, Jason Garrett, is a coaching moron. He has a pedestrian scheme, and he doesn't coach his players up. That's why he's on the Budweiser hot seat this year. But nobody talks about that's why Dak is an improvement, because all I know is Keyshawn Johnson dropped everything in the stadium his rookie year. Everything they threw at Keyshawn, he dropped it his rookie year. They hired Bill Parcells, the dude went to the Pro Bowl. How is that possible? How is that possible? Tom Brady was a 5th round draft pick, sat on the bench for a year. They threatened to cut his ass, and then start working with him. He became Tom Brady. Vinny Testaverde was an interception waiting to happen before he went over there to Cleveland and started working with Belichick. Next thing you know, he became a solid quarterback prospect. He was a clean, butt-naked bust before he started working with Belichick. Rich Gannon, even though I don't like this dude, John Gruden started working with Rich Gannon. He was the biggest scrub in town. John Gruden started winning. John Gruden started work with Rich Gannon, and then Rich Gannon won a league MVP. And like Chief Rocket said, watch what happens to the QB that left Missouri and went to Clemson. Again, Dabo might not have been able to communicate with that young man. That's Chief Rocket's point. So we're going to see, because that University of Missouri coach, he got you throwing the ball all around. He got people like Case Keenum bust their ass in the league. So that's what I'm saying. You have to, I said this at the beginning of the show, I'm going to say it close to the end. Your coach puts you in an advantageous situation to win. It ain't about, I'm going to make you adjust to me. Look at Dan Reeves. Dan Reeves is a 4 yards and a cloud of dust coach. He get Michael Vick. He keep running the ball, but he let Michael Vick do his own thing. Vick said he wasn't even studying. But Dan Reeves said, I'm going to let this dude do his thing. That's the sign of a good coach. Yeah, I'm gonna box you in to a certain extent, but I'm going to let you grow as well so you could become better. And that's why Michael Vick is the first quarterback to ever win a playoff game in Green Bay, Wisconsin, that didn't wear a Packer jersey, because Dan Reeves let him operate within his system, but his way. This, like Big P just said, great coaching makes great players. Exactly. Great coaching is, I'm going to allow you to spread your wings versus clipping your wings and making you do what I want you to do. Jason Garrett, 2 years ago, Dak Prescott needs to work on his footwork. Dak Prescott needs to work on his delivery. Dak Prescott needs to work on his accuracy. You are the head coach. You are the fake-ass offensive guru. So if he hasn't improved, somebody tell me something. Let's see if you're the problem. You're not the you're obviously not the solution, so it is clear that you are the problem, my friend. So don't blame Dak. And then this farce that's going around, well, Dak is dependent. Well, what was Matt Ryan doing before Julio got there? Losing in the playoffs, getting shut out. What did Matt Ryan do down the stretch after Dante Freeman got hurt? Having Julio save his bacon with that miraculous catch on the sideline. He couldn't even get a first down to seal the damn Super Bowl. Oh, but he needed more help. So that's why they got Calvin Ridley. Oh, okay. What the fuck? Most of these dudes doing? Most of these dudes ain't doing nothing. What was Drew Brees down there going 7-9 every year before Alvin Kamara and Ingram came into the picture? Joe Flacco What has Joe Flacco done since Ray Rice ain't been there? Stunk it up all to be damned. Straight flooded basement.